Hello. In this video we're going to look at how to prepare images. You can see I have 5 different photographs open. We're going to prepare images for printing on our color printers. And one of the main ideas is we're going to save these file type PDF. So we're going to want to format these to the correct size, and then we're going to put them in a PDF. For the sake of this demonstration, we're going to put the photos that we want to print in 8.5 by 11 inch PDFs, and then we'll print from our printers in Acrobat or from Acrobat. So 3 real key ideas here. One is to dimension our photograph correctly. What size do we want it to be when it's printed? And then putting those photos on an 8.5 by 11 inch PDF or document in order to maximize resources, specifically paper. And then the final step will be printing them from Adobe Acrobat, which will improve the quality of the final prints and decrease the amount of time it takes for the computer to talk to the printer. So by printing in Acrobat, we reduce that time versus printing from Photoshop or Illustrator. Okay, let's get started. Here you can see I have 5 different photos open, and we might use all of them, or we'll use some of them to demonstrate how to dimension photos, how to put them in an 8.5 by 11 inch PDF, and then print from Acrobat. So the first thing we'll do is determine our dimensions of what we want to have as an end result. So I'm going to go to File, New, in Photoshop, and we'll start with a 4 by 6 inch photograph. So I'll first change my dimension to inches, and then I'll put width of 4 and a height of 6, and if I wanted to reverse those, we can change the orientation. And then equally as important as the dimensions of the photograph or the resolution, we want to carry the resolution through till the end. So whatever resolution we decide on here, we want to continue into the PDF. So I'll say a resolution of 200. So this is a 6 by 4 or 4 by 6 color mode RGB, the resolution of 200. And here is that file that's been created. So when working in a template like this, it's easiest to zoom out so you can see a smaller view of it, and then I'll choose a photo here. So I'll pick this photograph here, and I'll pull up my template that I just had. And here's the template, and here's the photo. Maybe I can minimize. A couple different ways I can get this photograph onto this template. I could use the move tool to drag it, or I could click on it, hit Command A to select all, Command C to copy it. I can click on this template now and paste it in. Command T will allow me to free transform it, and I can free transform it down so it just overlaps the edges of my template. That way I'm sure that I have the entire template covered. And I'll lose some of the photo, so I'll make a decision on what part of it I want to lose, and I'll make that decision to lose this front part of it as opposed to the rear of the car where there's some detail. So I'll slide it in here like this, overlapping the edges, and I'll hit return to accept it. I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll save this as car 4 by 6. And I'll change the file type to, we could do a JPEG or a PDF, but I'm going to stick with PDF throughout the course of this demonstration. So I'll choose Photoshop PDF, save it to my desktop. And I can see it out here on my desktop. All right, so let's do another one. Here's one we just worked with. And I'll choose another photo. This time we'll go with this photo. I hit Command A to select it all, Command C to copy it. And I'll look for my... Here's this template, this 4x6 we just worked with. I'll paste it in. And notice here I have a photo that was taken vertically, and I'm trying to put it in a horizontal template. No problem. I just hit Command T, same process as before, but understand there will just be a loss of some of the photographs. So I'll try to choose the best part. This is really a photograph that isn't served well by going in a horizontal template. But we'll find the best. We'll keep some of the color from the bottom and the part of the mountains in the background. I'll hit return. I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll save this as mountain 4x6 Photoshop PDF. I'll save it to my desktop. And here you can see these two photos out here on my desktop. The situation would be the same if we had 5x7s. We would create the initial template. We'd go to File in Photoshop, File, New, and we would go to inches, 5x7 with a resolution of 200. And this will go with a vertical template. Remember, you can click here if you want it horizontal. So now I'm working with a 5x7 template. I'll close this 4x6 template and zoom out of my 5x7, and I'll put some photos in here. Here's a nice photo. I'll select all. Oops. You can see it here. Select all. You can see the dancing ants around the outside edge. I'll hit Command C to copy it. Here's my 5x7 template. I'll paste it in. You can see it's much larger than the template, so I'll size it down by the corner. Make sure it's being sized proportionately. Have it overlap the edges. I'll save this as lanterns 5x7, and I'll save that as a PDF. My format is set to PDF. I'll save that out to the desktop. So we've got two 4x6s and one 5x7. Let's do another 5x7. Let's choose this car photo we have. We already have it selected. I'll hit copy. I'm going to get my... Here's this 5x7 template. I'll paste the car in. And now you'll see a situation where we've got a horizontal photo. We're trying to put it in this vertical template. And we're going to have to make a decision what part of the photograph we want. In this case, I'm just going to go with that front end of the car. We'll go to File, Save As. I'll call this car 5x7 and save it as a PDF. Okay. So what we've just done is we've saved 4 photographs, 2 5 inches by 7 inches and 2 5 by 7 inches and 2 4 by 6 inches. So once we have them saved as 4 by 6s or 5 by 7s, we next need to prepare them to go in an 8.5 by 11 inch document to be printed. We always want to print at least 2 photos at a time to maximize the resources, specifically the paper. So I'm going to close this out. I'm going to get rid of these photos too. These were some stock ones. We used some. We didn't use others. I'm going to go to File, New. And I'm going to create an 8.5 by 11 inch document. So I'm already set to inches. Make it 8 by 11, and I'll keep the resolution 200, which is the same as the 4 by 6s and the 5 by 7s we just created. I'll hit Create, And here you can see we have a new 8.5 by 11 or US letter size document. We can slide these right in. I'll do the 4x6s first. I can slide this 4x6 in here right from my desktop and hit the move tool to accept it and move it into place. I can slide the 4x6 mountain image in and click the move tool and then put it in place. I'm going to kind of keep them away from the edges, but the 4x6s, there's no problem here. It will print just as we see it. Go to File. I'll go to File and hit Save As. And I'll call this Car and Mountain 8.5 times 11. Important here is that we're still saving this as a PDF. I'll hit Save. So now I have the car on the mountain 8.5 by 11 PDF out here on the desktop. And I'm going to delete these out of here. Or maybe it would make sense or benefit to recreate this document. I'm just going to close this out altogether. Now we're going to prepare our 5x7s. Process is the same. We'll go to File, New. Inches, 8.5 by 11. Keep the resolution the same as the photographs were set up in. Very important, or the size will be adjusted on the print. 200. And now we'll bring our 5x7s in. I'll bring the car in 5x7. Now, in order to maximize the resources of the paper here, I'm going to accept this, and then I'm going to hit Command-T to free transform it, and I'm just going to rotate the car 90 degrees so that I can get the lanterns in. So here's the car, and I'll bring in the lanterns. I'll rotate those 90 degrees and place them here. So these are the 5x7s that we just created. I'll go to File, Save As, and I'll call this Car and Lanterns 8.5 times 11, making sure it gets saved as a PDF. I'll hit Save to my desktop. Okay. The last step, and no less important than the first two, is to open these and print from Adobe Acrobat. Once we have them, or you have them on the computer that you want to print from, you can hold Control and click on them and choose Open with Adobe Acrobat if that doesn't happen by default. And here you can see in the upper left you're indeed in Adobe Acrobat. Even though we can see Photoshop in the background, the active program is the one that's up here, that's listed up here in the upper left, and we will print from Adobe Acrobat. We can open the 4x6s. Let's see here. We can zoom out so we can see this. There are our 5x7 images. Let's open the 4x6s. I'll click on it. I'll hold Control and click and choose Open with Adobe Acrobat. And here are our 4x6 inch photos. If you look at the two, the 5x7 is larger, and you can see that they both have that white border around the edge. Neither of them are touching the edge, so that when we print, we know we'll get the entire image. So what we've done is we've formatted photographs that were not 4x6 or 5x7 into a 4x6 or 5x7 format, where we've determined the resolution, in this case 200. We've saved them separately and then brought them into 8.5 by 11 inch documents and saved that document as a PDF. The final step is to open them in Acrobat and print from Acrobat. Acrobat will give us the best output in terms of resolution of what we're looking at, and will speed the process from the computer to the printer. Enjoy your photos.